What downy mongoloid fuck made the CEVO website? I mean, honestly, looking at it, I just have to ask, which abnormally unintelligent, incompetent human being was charged with actually designing the CEVO UI? If CEVO wants to make more money in any sort of respect or any sort of way, all they need to do is reform their user interface, because their user interface is hideous, and it only makes me think like, whose fucking daughter went to her father and was like, "Daddy, I want to be a graphic designer." He's like, "Oh, okay, darling. Well, I have this website, CEVO. You can go ahead and choose the color scheme for that." It is fucking terrible. It is terrible. There's so much. I have to show it actually. Okay, and I'm sorry I'm being this scathing, because I feel like it's the only real way to get my point across, unfortunately. But all I've really been able to see with CEVO is just, I mean, terrible. There's so much unused space on the side columns. Whoever thought, you know what would look really good? Gray or like dark black. I'm fucking colorblind, and I know this looks god awful. So many people know this is god awful. I understand your logo is a certain color. That doesn't mean the whole fucking website has to be the terrible, putrid concoction of colors that you decided to fix your logo with. Gray and this bright blue do not match. If you were to wear this in public, people would laugh. Okay? This is not an artistic color scheme. I don't know who thought of this. I don't know why they thought of it this way. I understand that I'm going about this entirely the wrong way, but you know what? I like being blunt, and I value honesty. And this is the blunt truth of the fact. Spangler, whoever's running CEVO currently, I have no clue. If you go onto the CEVO website, you CEVO needs reform, and it's so easy. Just make a friendly user interface. If you want to know about user interfaces, take some time to study the difference between Facebook and MySpace. MySpace had so many more users. It had the advantage on Facebook. It had everything on it. All Facebook did was come with a little bit more privacy and a cleaner user interface. Look at how simplistic and minimalistic Facebook's user interface is in comparison to MySpace. In the same vein, CEVO is more like MySpace. It's clunky. There's so much going on. There's a tab on the right. When you click it, you don't know what it takes you to. If you want to go and you want to look at the professional level of Counter-Strike and CEVO, does CEVO have a league? You don't know. Just professional. Invite only. Invite only. Okay, registration open. Join. All right, that's great. Competitors. And you get to see teams that are competitors. Okay, well, what if you have a goal, right? So there's the RGN Pro Series EU, there's the RGN Pro Series NA, RGN Brazilian Open, RGN, okay, so this is like a cup. That makes sense. And there's CS Select showtimes. Why is this up here? I don't know. When's the last showtime? I don't know. They just have show matches. Okay, that's cool. Let's look at Season 8. Let's say I want to look at the standings for Season 8. What is it? I don't know. What is Season 8? I have no concept of what Season 8 is. There's no idea of, like, Season 8 is the period between March and this season. There's no, if you look at the websites of any professional league, if you go to the NFL.com, it says fantasy, news, video, scores, schedule, standings, stats, watch games, tickets, shop. Okay, so stats. You click on player stats, it immediately takes you player stats of the preseason that we're in right now. It doesn't give you options of which season. Would you like to look at season 1 of the NFL? You want to look at stats from the 1960s? You can. If you want to, you can go back that far and look at it. There's a drag down bar. You can go to 1942 if you'd like. But it doesn't shove it down your mouth. Okay? It's called being user friendly. There's a concept of being user friendly. And what that means is you're basically developing your software so that the people who, your average, everyday first person who might come onto your software, your website, or use your client, his needs, or what the majority comes on there for, is immediately met. Okay? So you're basically giving them the path of least resistance towards what they're most likely to be looking for. It's the same concept that has driven Google as far as it is. When you search for something in Google, its job is to show you exactly what you want. Which is why if people go and click on links when they search, if people were to search for something, if they were to search for, ragdoll, and they were to click a link and they were to find like something that's completely irrelevant to what a ragdoll is, or the ragdoll the song, or an actual ragdoll, they would just press back. So the amount of time that people spend in the website became a good metric to determine whether the content that website provided was worthwhile or not, if it reached what the person was looking for. Anybody who comes onto the CEVO website and wants to look up the statistics or the standings of what happened last season can't do that. Now, if you want to go and you, not easily at least, if you want to go and you want to look at like, okay, phase, preseason, what teams? Okay, so there's this many teams, there's this many players. Is that valuable information? Not really. Not really at all. But it's there for some reason, okay? So if you want to go to season 7, you'll see some matches, you'll see playoffs, professional, main, intermediate, and none of it is really a good comprehensive overview of what happened last season. There's season 7 and there's season 7 pro placement. And if you go on the website, all you see is a match between Natus Vincere, Navi, and Sponsorless. And you see Cloud9 versus Counter Logic Gaming. I mean, Sponsorless being the old Tempo Storm team. So you look at what happened in CEVO land. But there's nothing, you can click all you want. You're not going to be able to actually see like the schedule of last season unless you, the amount of times that you have to click on when you're on the CEVO website to get to the information that you want to get is disproportionately higher than on any other website in the fucking universe. I could go to the fucking Taliban's website. Al-Qaeda has a fucking better graphics designer, okay? Where you just click 2, 3, 4 things and you find where you want. If you go on CEVO, you're going to have to fucking wear out your fucking clicker just to get to the point where you want on the website. The website is not developed in a way that is user-friendly, just in terms of providing them information that they want, and then it just looks hideous. Okay, so let's move on from just the website. All right, let's open up the client. So here, this is how you could get people to use your client more. You come to the client and it says patch notes, fix the memory. Okay, this is not what you want to be on your homepage. This is not relevant information for everybody. This is for people who are technical and they want to know more. This could be on a completely different tab. If people are coming to use CEVO client, okay, you have one or two options. Either A, you can spotlight scrims, which would be really cool and would give CEVO a leg up over ESEA. All right. And there's a lot of different ways to do that. Or B, you could spotlight pugs, where you immediately just have people find pugs. But I honestly will tell you that the pugging system in CEVO, having to go and find a server and idle in it, although it's like, oh, this is old timey, so's living in a fucking cave. Get with the times, progress. All right, you look at Dota, you look at any other esport, you look at matchmaking even. The reason why people like it is because it's user-friendly, okay? Because it takes the least path of resistance. You want people to use your client, you want people to use your service. Don't give them a fucking hard time about it. Why are you making them jump through 7 or 8 loops just to use your shit? Make it easy, make it simple, make it fast. What people want to do is they want to load up the CEVO client, okay? And on the home page, they want basically 2 buttons, all right? And one button would say like, play now, play a pug now. And you click that button and you're in queue to play a pug, okay? And the second button would be like, you click it and it probably is just like, ring for a scrim. And you click that button and you're in queue to be our scrim ringer. And then people would start developing their profiles where they would start being like, yeah, I entry frag sometimes, or I can be like a pure support player. They could look at your league, a little card would come up with people's league history and their pug stats, their pug efficacy, and their league stats, their league efficacy, and then, maybe their just a short description about who they are as a player, and that would allow people who are finding scrims to be able to find a ringer, and more people would be scrimming, and that would be good. But then also you just streamline the pug process. Why do people have to open up the client, then click over to another tab, go to the tab of pugs, then sort the pugs by players, then go into a server and find the server they want and wait for it? No, you don't have to do that. You have all these servers. Just assign people. Do the work for them. What is this insight shit? I don't fucking know, but it's like begin 20. I don't know. I don't know what it is, and I don't want it. All right? 10 mans. That's cool, but there's nobody who's going to 10 man if this few amount of people are using your client. Ultimately, if you want to have a good service, the thing to do is to invest in having good servers with good registration. That's it. You have good servers with good registration, people will get on CEVO client. And I think the most commendable aspect of the CEVO client is if it could reform itself just by how it looks, okay? And how user-friendly it is. And that means just make it easy for people to get what they want to get out of your service. If somebody wants to come on your website and they want to find something, they should be able to find it in 2 to 3 clicks. There should be a search function, first of all. Which there might be on the CEVO website, actually. No, there fucking isn't. Is there? No, there really isn't, which is incredible to me. That's really basic. But on top of that, if I were to get a guy with vertigo who was blind, and I were to put a rucksack over his head and knock out his eardrums and have him pick 2 colors on a color wheel, he could have picked 2 better colors for a color scheme than black/gray and fucking neon blue or whatever the fuck this color is. Okay? It is not the 80s. This is ugly. This is a hideous website. And if you want to make a straw poll about it on Reddit or anything, go ahead and do so. Make a straw poll. Go in Steele's chat. Go in somebody's chat and make a straw poll about how hideous. Do you find the CEVO client absolutely fucking despicable and repulsive? It's repulsive. It is. But that's okay because you can fix that. All right? You can fix that. And I'm sorry I have to speak so harshly about it. But ultimately, if you wanted to make people play CEVO, all you would have to do is look at your interface, make things easier, a little bit more user-friendly, maybe pick some more minimalistic colors, maybe make it look a little nicer, okay? And then just streamline the client. People load up the client. There's not a home page with all the updates. It just says, play this, play that, and maybe there's another tab with updates. You can click that tab and you see what the updates are, and you see the recent news, and you see the patch info, the patch notes, and you could see all the things that a little girl would want to see, or boy, who's interested in the technical aspect of things. I've said pretty much all that needs to be said about CEVO becoming a better client so that it can compete with ESEA and other leagues in North America. But as long as you keep going the way you are, you will never be taken seriously.